Greenland 2 Migration, or maybe it's just Greenland Migration. I have no idea. I saw the first
It's Greenland
Greenland. I saw the first Greenland um, with Gerard Butler, Morena Baccarin. It was a solid disaster movie. Solid, fun. He gets on a random list that can be entered into a shelter. A comet is going to devastate and destroy the earth, killing all life on the surface. It's a race to get to the shelter. And it was a solid, it was solid action, disaster. Remind me of the movie 2012 in a way, but Gerard Butler from 300, I've always loved him. Very solid. And Morena Baccarin, I don't know, I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Who knows?
That's close.
She's fun to watch. And they're they're parents. They have a young son who's diabetic. He needs insulin. And they have to race. And they've got all these family problems. It's a survival adventure. Greenland 2 picks up 5 years later. Not all of Earth is devastated. We learn that 75% of all life has been ended, obliterated. Their place is unlivable. There is war breaking out over resources, scavengers everywhere, and the shelter that they're in, they're trying to deal with problems. Should we bring in more refugees or not? How are we going to deal with rations and food? And suddenly the shelter collapses and is destroyed. And they're on a race to get to anywhere that might be livable. And they learn that the crater that was created by the comet that crashed into France and Europe.
Asteroid Clark. Asteroid Clark.
It may have created a paradise, a livable, place. So it's a race to get there with hope. And this movie, I don't know, that's a quick plot description there. I have issues with this film. First of all, it's the look. Everything is so dark. It's like, did you have lights to shoot the film? Not just dark in terms of gray and blotchy and black. Everyone is in shadow with maybe one source light. I guess that's a choice. It made the whole thing depressing. Not every scene has to be shot in nearly complete darkness. The family struggles, they're sort of simple survival. Hey, we've got to get across this chasm with a rope bridge. We've got to cross through this dangerous area of scavengers. We've got to, it just was there's almost nothing hopeful about it. Depressing. Look, we've seen post-apocalyptic movies in the past before that I think were more ambitious, more creative. A culture would have evolved over 5 years on the surface. And how would that culture what would it have turned into? In Mad Max, everyone wore leather like they're going to some fetish club. It was interesting to see Mad Max that leather would turn out to be like a reliable clothing option in the wasteland because, you don't have to clean it. It's a different way of taking care of it. Cloth clothes tend to fade and rip and whatever. I just thought this movie was depressing, completely humorless. I wouldn't expect humor in this, but something to break it up. And I don't know. I just found it just lacked a sense of whenever they achieve some hey, we got to cross the chasm or we accomplished this. There's no sense of, yes, they survived. It was just they're just going somewhere more depressing. I'm not a fan, even though I like the first one. Alan, what did you think?
My favorite scene was they stopped to take a piss, and then all the comets started attacking them.
Yeah.
I call this movie Red Shirt the movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it starts with 3 characters and ends with 3 characters. Now, let me ask you, who do you think those 3 characters are?
I have
And why
no
are they
idea.
on the poster right now?
No idea. But no,
Uh,
it was they would just if
they
you're
kill
random in this movie,
everyone, you know, hey, team up with these guys, you'll die. Hey, there's this chasm we have to cross. Go with them, and they all die. I mean, that's and then it's just like, oh well, it's slowing down now. Let's bring in a storm, or like I said, we're gonna take a piss. Oh no, there's comets. Quick, hide. Um, the I mean, look, this is what it is. It's a disaster action film. You know, there's not supposed to be a whole lot of thought behind it. There's all it really is about building sympathy for characters and holding on to those sympathies and watching them die. You know, there's some interesting characters that help them out along the way, and of course, they die. Sorry to spoil it, but that's pretty much what this whole movie is. There's a moment where it's like they're getting close to the crater and they have to meet somebody who's going to help them get to the crater. But oh no, there's a war going on. Look, if you can get through the battle here, we can take you to them. And so it starts calm. They enter the war, they get through the war, and then it's calm again. You know, as if that war scene was just meant to be there as a plot device. And that's what basically this is. It's just one plot device after the other. Like I said, and when things get boring, let's just throw in some more comments.
yeah, it's ultimately really depressing, not clever. I'm not a fan, and the way it was shot really bugged me. The way it was shot, it was so dark.
I know,
It's
but
like
I think you're right. It was a choice.
it was a choice, but a terrible one.
Well, I mean, they had to show that, you know, there's not a lot of light. Also, that there's this asteroid haze that is blocking the sun. And so that's the tone. They tried to be accurate. And sometimes you want to go for some visual enhancements to make the, the movie a little bit more less depressing all the way through.